Hey everyone, welcome back to Bros and Shows. I am your host Josiah, aka Mauler67, and with me, as always, I got my buddy, I got my brother Austin. Austin, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing okay. We haven't did anything in a while. A couple weeks, and that's all been on me because I've been moving, getting things done, getting things fixed. I got sick one week as well. Things were not fantastic. And then we got moved. This is my new place. I have no bed frame right now, so I'm living like a college kid back in the dorms. I got rid of my microphone holder but forgot to get a new one, so I have to wait for that to come in. And then every other day I'm basically going back to the old house, piling up trash for the trash people to come get, cleaning stuff up, trying to get looking decent. We're not expecting nor wanting our security deposit back, but helping out the landlord so he doesn't have to do as much to get himself set up for success there, because he was a good guy. Just unfortunately, the place just wasn't right for us anymore because our one roommate was looking to move out and we just didn't have the money or resources to keep up a 3-person apartment for only 2 people. So we downsized, and honestly, loving the downsize. Gosh dang, do I love the downsize. It's because how I had kind of set up in our old place, we had to go down the stairs into the kitchen, do everything, then take upstairs if we want to take upstairs, or eat downstairs, or do whatever we want downstairs. None of us wanted to be in the living area very much. We all just kind of wanted to just be in our rooms. And now with the fact that the bathroom is literally the door outside my room, which is fantastic. Both me and my roommate Terry have our own bathrooms, and even though it's a conjoined shower, Austin, you saw it, you were here helping us move, which thank you again for. It's very nice to have your own bathroom and everything, so you can clean it, keep it managed how you want to. I'm I know if there's mess in here, it's me and I need to be better, and I'm sure he probably thinks the same way with him as well. However, what's also really nice, the kitchen's really close too, so I can go in there, prepare food, and eat it while walking back to my room and be what's going on in here? Nom nom nom. All right, cool. All right, time to do dishes. And I do dishes instantly. It's so nice. It's a nice change of pace. It feels good to do. I also have a new desk, new setup and everything, new bed. Everything's kind of becoming new. Still am not fully unpacked at all. And that's mainly, I think, because the stuff that is in my containers need somewhere to go, and we're talking about getting either bookshelves or display cases for in the living room for those things. And so it's okay, well, until we get that, I can't unpack those things, so I'll just kind of keep it here. And so I'm slowly filling out the stuff that I'm getting once I acquire the ability to, I bought some hampers for my clothes because I only had one big one. I'm I need one for clean and dirty, and then I need to fold the stuff into my dresser as well. So those are little things. And then once I get done with the house, which hopefully I'm thinking probably Wednesday this week, we'll be 110% done with it, and we can just pat our hands, talk to Kevin about where to place the keys, and move on from there, and hopefully everything's squared between us, because he's already taking care of the house now. He is we've asked him for so long to take care of the bamboo in the back, because it's we can't do anything about that. As residents, we don't have the ability to clear out bamboo like that, and so he had somebody cut it down, and I'm that's not solving the bamboo, but it's your choice, you're the landlord. And they're repairing the deck. And so I'm that's cool. That's going to be a big thing for people when they move in, having a backyard with a deck. Especially if you get college kids, because that's primary real estate for college kids. To fix up stuff. So that's good for him. We just still need to. The trash people are coming in tomorrow. I have to be there at like 9 a.m. to like have them pull everything out, and it's going to be expensive, but not as expensive as I thought it was going to be. But it may become as expensive as I thought it was going to be. So it's like $800 for a whole truck of trash. And the guys came and they looked at it and they're like, this may be a one truck job, or more depending on what gets added. And I looked at them just like, I'll be honest, I was expecting like 16 for everything. And he basically said like, yeah, to get everything that's in this room, we could probably fit all in one truck. Depending on what more is added, it may be 2 trucks, worth. And the benefit of it being like that much or whatnot is that like they take care of it. They move everything. We don't have to do any of that stuff. All we're doing is just like wiping down stuff and cleaning stuff. So that's what I'm doing tomorrow. I don't know how late I'm going to stay up today. Granted, I slept until like 2 o'clock today. But yeah, we'll all that stuff will hopefully be taken care of tomorrow. Trash and everything done. I can sweep stuff, wipe down stuff, repair some stuff that I can, and hopefully call it. So yeah, man, that's been my basically 2 or 3 weeks since we last recorded last day episode. So Austin, I have to ask, how's your last 2 to 3 weeks been?
It's been kind of crazy. It's been nuts. It's always been just like crazy like this lately. It's always been like this. It's never been this thing where it's like normal.
Like calm,
yeah. So, well, not calm. It's not really calm. What it is it's like a lot of stuff going on. So some of the stuff that's been going on is we are waiting right now to get all of our foster care stuff done. Okay. We have everything ready. We just need to be certified, and then we're good to go, and we can start getting foster kids again at our new agency that we're doing. The other thing is, what was it? Friday was my last day of my summer job. It was a little rough. Was it
sad? Was it sad to say bye to all those?
Yeah. Kids? Well, okay. So I'll tell you this little fun story. So there's a girl there that works with me. Her name's Sophia, and we came back from the pool on Friday, and she had to leave at 3:00. But she's brand new to the whole child thing. Like she just started. She's out of high school. She wants to be a teacher. She went to summer camp, and then like we come back from the pool and she's still there, and it's 3:30, and I was like, Sophia, you got off at 3, go home. And she's like, I can't. And I'm like, why? And she's like, well, I just my kiddos, like, and I was like, I get it. I said, would you like to stay until 5 and I'll just leave? And she's like, yeah, if you totally want to. So I was like, hey, I told my boss, hey, are you
cool? Like, all right,
cool.
Screw these kids.
Yeah, peace out. And like, how it is. Like, I've done this before because I worked at a school, and I'm like, hey, to me, I'm like, see you next summer. Have a fun, Christmas. Have everything. I'll see you next summer, guys. I go to leave. And I'm like waving at them. They come and give me hugs and everything, except for this one kid. This one little boy made me almost lose it. I was like, crap. So there's this kid. Like, you guys, if you're listening, you know me. I work at a school for autism, like my full-time job, except for the summers. And there was a kid that's been in our camp for the last 2 weeks that does have autism and severe ADHD. So when he was having sensory problems, no one else knew what was like how to treat that. They were like, I don't know. And I was like, hey, I got it. Here, come with me. Let's go play with some putty, do some stuff. And got him away from everything that was going on. I talked to him. This kid developed like a relationship with me so much that like he would come to me with everything. He's like, hey, Mr. Austin, can you open up my milk? Hey, Mr. Austin, can I have a broom? Mr. Austin. He'd never go to any other counselor. It was me because I could understand what he was trying to convey. And then when he got upset or angry, I'd like talk him. I talked to him. And I go to leave and I was like, hey, buddy, I'll see you later. And he's like, can I have a hug? And I was like, yeah, you can have a hug. So I gave him a hug. And he looked straight at me in the face and goes, I'll never forget you. And I was like, oh man, don't do that to me.
Okay, here's the thing, man. I know it's like super emotional for you, and that's very adorable. That's super cryptic in my brain, man. You know, like,
I'll never forget.
Yeah, like
you.
a kid saying like, "I'll never forget you." It's like, what do you know? Are you from the future? Like, but that's adorable.
I know
Austin.
what you did last summer.
So,
No, he said that to me, and he was like, "You don't understand. Like a lot of people don't understand me, and I'll remember you forever." And I was like, "Are you coming back next summer?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "I'll be here next summer, buddy." And he's like, "I'm gonna make sure I'm here every day this summer, next summer." And I was like, "Well, you know, I'll be here." So I got out, I got in my car, and I just sat there for a second, and I was like, man, I was good to go. I was right out the door almost, and he had to do that to me.
He came in with the emotional damage on the left hand.
Yeah. And then, you know, it made me realize that this is what I've been looking for. You know, like I heard a quote like a couple of weeks ago, actually last week on TikTok, and it was like a really good quote. And it was, don't force your heart to do something because you want it so bad. Wait until it fulfills you, and then your heart will thank you for it. And so like, that's why like I feel the way I do, is because I feel like I'm like where I need to be and where I want to be at my job, like my career and stuff. So like, I really enjoyed my time at summer camp at the Y. So I'm planning to come back, and all the counselors like told me, they're like, you have to come back. Like you did so phenomenal. Like you came in and you knew what you were doing. Like it felt like I didn't have to train you or be like, hey, you know, you got to talk louder. You got to, you know, get this under control. I know how to talk to kids, and I've ran, you know, I'm in a classroom, so I know how that works. So yeah, it was, it was a lot of fun. That on top of that, just like getting everything done, helping you move. Yeah, it's just been a long time. Yeah. Like it's just been a lot of stuff going on. So I was like, hey, this week I get like a week and a half off until I start back at school. And I was like, I gotta do it. I was like, I'm gonna go just, you know, get away for a little bit and just have some fun. Like that's all I want to do. So that's what I'm planning on doing for this week, is just me relaxing, getting back to that ground level, and running head force into it. So
gotta love it. Gotta love that.
So yeah.
That sounds good. I'm glad that you're like, I'm glad you're so well liked by the kids, because like, you know, they always say that saying, like you'll become the adult that you wish that you felt comfortable as a kid being, you know, or something like that. If you get what I'm saying. But basically, like, who you are as an adult will be the type of adult that kid you would like to be around. I mean, I'm a freaking nerd. Kid me would have loved me. And I'm sure kid you would have loved you. And I think it kind of shows with how like good you are with kids and everything. Is just like, you know, you're a very chill and good guy. So kids love you. Kids love you.
Yeah.
That's good to hear. Oh, I have to ask Austin, I guess this is a little personal, but not really, off to the side. Were you planning on coming back up, or are you going to relax the next week?
Oh no, I'm leaving tomorrow morning.
Oh, you are? Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Seth is coming over too.
Okay, cool. Cool.
Seth is coming over to the old house tomorrow too, to help up whatever you need, and because he wants to also hang out.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, I'll be there in the morning early or whatnot. Okay, we'll talk more about it off stream or whatnot. I forgot that you were planning on meeting me there, because I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna be sweeping stuff. I don't know what to say. All right, cool, Austin. Cool. Well, let's talk about some other stuff, Austin, that had to get done, and I don't know what to say about transferring into this series. We're online.
I've been waiting for this for a while.
Austin, I have to ask. What made you want to watch Cyberpunk?
Nope.
I know.
Nope,
I'm not
nope,
saying
nope,
how you
nope.
felt about it. I'm asking you
Nope.
what made you want to watch this? Like, what made you want to
So-
have me watch this?
So I was a huge fan of like, I remember this whole story when this broke that they were going to make a Cyberpunk anime, and at the time the game was still crap,
Yeah.
and like it just wouldn't work. It was awful, and then they fixed it all of a sudden, and then the anime came out, and then my buddy was like, we were lifting one day, and he was like, yeah, you know, I just got done watching Edge Runners. I was like, oh, is that the Cyberpunk anime? And he's like, yeah. I was like, okay. And he was like, it's worth it. Like, you would like it. It's an anime for you. So I was like, all right, I'll try it out. So I watched it, and then I was like, oh, yeah, it is. Because just some of the themes in this and some of the things that go on in this anime, it's I don't know. I'll tell you what it is a little bit later. But the thing is, it's like, it hit a certain way with me. I like anime like this. I like stories like this. Some people might consider it like, spoiler intended, sad. You know, like they see it as sad. And I like a good sappy story. Like I love, you know, some of the music I still listen to is like some of the best sappy music you'll ever listen to.
Yeah.
Like from Wonder Years, Aaron West and the Roaring Twenties to like, you know, emo.
If there's one thing, Austin, I can bet on anytime I come back and visit and we're on the card together, a sappy song will come on, and then you'll be like, I want to do this for this song because it's sad and I like it. And I'm just like, yeah, that's Austin, all right.
yeah. I'm a sad boy. So
sad boy. What can you do?
Yeah. So like when I watched this anime and then I went back and talked to my buddy, I was like, hey man, like you were 100% right. This is something I want. And he's like, yeah, he's like, now you need to watch BoJack Horseman, which I have not watched that yet. Everyone tells me it's up my alley too. It's just, I don't know. I get stuck in between things. Like one minute I like sadness, next minute I want to watch something ridiculous like Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah,
or you know, something new comes up.
And to be fair, this show was very much both sides of like sadness, but freaking ridiculous on some of the stuff, you know?
Yeah, some of the stuff was just really crazy.
Yeah, it was. So like for me, I've never watched Cyberpunk. I've never played the game. That was until you told me to start watching this. I watched like the first 5 episodes while I was at your house before I even started Move. Like basically when we said like, hey, let's go ahead and watch this. Watch 5 episodes of it, and I was instantly like, I like the concept of the world. I like how it all builds up. I'm a big fan of like the World of Darkness, like VTM, and those games are all about personal horror, right? And the inability to control like situations. And like you trying your best, but it's meant to end with a, like, it's supposed to be tragic. It's supposed to be a tragic end. No one gets out of alive. Everyone in this world is just, it's going to die, right? That's VTM in a nutshell. I got super VTM vibes from this series, where it's like, it's an inevitability what's going to happen, and how the world is just a kill or be killed. The corporations control everything, but even the corporos, like the corporation people, are just as much as like sponges for the next corporation person to take over. Like, it very much felt as I was watching it that even if you're like part of the corporation, when you die, the next CEO stepping in. Like it's just this cog wheel of just a grinding meat grinder. And that's what this world felt like to me. And so after watching 5 episodes of it, moving into my new place, or before moving into my new place, the Steam, like, maybe it was the summer sale or something like that was on, and Cyberpunk 2077 was on sale for like $14. And I was like, why not? So I bought it, and I've been playing it for the last like 2 weeks nonstop. Because for a while we didn't have internet here, and I couldn't play anything. So I was like, oh, I had it download, let's play it. And I started playing it, and at first I was like, oh, it's kind of like Grand Theft Auto type deal thing. It has all this extra weird stuff. And then I started getting in the game. I started getting liking the characters into it as well. And I started seeing a lot of like connections between the show and the game. And I've not beaten the game yet. I have a completion mindset, Austin. Me and you both have this issue. Like whenever we played Spider-Man, we 100%ed that game. That's what's happening to me right now. It's like, hey, go do this thing to promote the story. I'm like, or I can do that 140 side gigs in my new souped up car that I found by completing side gigs. So I've just been doing that the whole time. And what's funny is I kept playing that game, and this week, because I was finally getting settled, I'm like, oh, let's finish Edge Runner, right? And so I started finishing Edge Runner. And what's crazy, Austin, have you ever played the game, or do you have the game? You don't. Okay, so that's cool. I have no idea if this takes place before or after. I assume this takes place after.
I have no clue.
Or before the game, because the big automaton guy at the end of the game, at the end of Edge Runner, who basically massacres everyone, you meet in the game as like a protector for one of the people, and everyone's like, oh, that's this guy, F that guy, he's a crazy cyborg dude, you can't trust him. And I'm like, man, how cool is it that the anime shows off this guy as this like massive murderer? I'm like, I'm positive by the end of this game, I will get to 1v1 this guy, and it's going to feel so much better after watching the show. And I think that's probably 100% the intention of the show, was to get people to watch it, be like, whoa, this world's crazy. Like, I love the vibe of this show. I'm going to pick up the game. I fell into the trap, bro. They got me with hook, line, and sinker, and next thing you know, I'm over here just like watching, playing the game, and doing all this stuff. I'm like, I'm gonna try to be a cyber psycho in this game. I'm gonna get everything cooked up and killed. And then I finished the show, and it's so hard to like, the connections between the show and the game are very good. But the show demonstrates on like the personal horror of it, because if I'm understand correctly, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Cyberpunk is like a tabletop game, right? Like a RPG, tabletop RPG game. Yeah, because a lot of the people in like the LARPs and everything talk about Cyberpunk, but they require like licensing for organizations to play it. And it's a legal hassle, and so a lot of organizations just don't do it, and then Cyberpunk has their own group to go. And people always mention that it has a similar vibe to World of Darkness, and it's because of that. Like, hey, you want to become stronger. The stronger you get, the farther you creep away from who you are, and that's what we see with David in this whole series. He's like, I'm special. I have this high intolerance for this stuff. And then he just keeps packing it on. And it's so obvious within the first like 3-4 episodes. You're like, he's going to go cyber psycho. It's so obvious he's going to go cyber psycho. But how they do it in the end of this show, fantastic. I love this idea of like, he's injecting himself with this super high tolerance, and he's packing it down just to complete and save Lucy. I think that's her name, right? Lucy's the other girl's name.
Yes.
Yeah. I just like it. It had me, man. It had me going. I enjoyed the show greatly. What about you? Like, what'd you feel about the show? This is your like second time watching it, technically, not even like your first time.
So
what do you think?
So this show is, I like how the environment is, the world building is really well done in the show. It has made me I don't know, there's been a lot of different things with this, and they just announced season 2 is coming out. So we're getting a season 2. The ending is what makes this for me. I really enjoyed the sad, depressing ending. That this, like the moon scene and her being there really made me so emotional. Like, I haven't felt that kind of emotion in a while when I first watched it. I have never felt like really too much emotional anime. I think the only one that I ever felt like that was like Angel Beats when you made me watch it, because Angel Beats is Angel Beats, so like this ending was very emotional for me. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I like a good sad story. Like I like those stories. I don't know what it is about me, but I just like a good sad story, and I think this is very well done with this thing, like him glitching, getting crazy, and he's just pretty much he's not going to survive. It's not going to happen, and the ending was just like that satisfying sad ending that I love so much, where it's just like, hey, this character still gets the love they need, but it's like sad love. And you're like, okay, I get that. But I will say what I really liked about the show is just it reminds me of one typical like thing, like a certain show that I watched before. It's like an anime. It's called oh shoot, I'm totally gonna douse this. I always say it's the movie. It's like a premise of a movie, okay. But it's like, have you ever watched the movie Minority Report?
Minority Report? No, I've never watched it.
Yeah,
but
with
I've heard
Tom Cruise. Mm-hmm. So it's about like these cops that can predict the future.
Yeah.
So there is an anime that is exactly like that, and it's in this type of art style, and it feels like this anime. But I'm trying to think what that anime is called. And I'm gonna look this up, see if I can find it. I forget what it was, but I watched it like,
it's about
maybe,
like people predicting the future, or it's about like
no, it's more of like a cop. It's like this girl can predict some of like these crimes that are about to happen, and so it's very I'm trying to think what it is. Here, let me see if I can find it. Nope, that's not it. Anime. Oh. Psychopaths. That's what the name of that show is.
That sounds familiar
to me,
actually.
Yeah,
go on.
That's actually a show I've been thinking about letting you watch because I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's like Minority Report, but it's like an anime.
I have seen. Well I have seen that. I've not like watched it, but I've seen that around. Yeah.
Yeah. So the same art style is exactly what they have here in Cyberpunk. So when I started watching this, I was like, hey, I'm already liking it because I did like Psychopaths, and I just got done watching. I think it was a year before I just got done watching Psychopaths. And then like when I went into Cyberpunk, I was like, oh, well, I'm okay with this anime style. Because some anime styles I can't watch. Like it just doesn't get me into it. Like One Piece, I can't watch that animated style. Yeah. I try to watch what was the other anime style. You like the show, but I'm not. The anime style is not really fun. It's something of a house husband. Something like that.
The way of the house husband.
Yeah, I don't like that animation. Also, I don't like 3D
it's not animation. That's the issue. That is motion comic, which is for people who are like fans of like graphic novels. That's just how that is. You don't play graphic novels, and whenever you watch something, you're kind of expecting like a show, not a moving comic strip, basically. And that's what that show is.
Yeah.
But that's fair. That's so I think that's fair. I mean, me and you were on the same end when it came to like the 3D animation, because like we talked about that in Junji Ito, where it's like this looked awesome, and then it became 3D and it kind of like took you out. Like you're like, oh, it's one of the reasons why I haven't watched the new Vash Stampede or Trigun series, even though what's funny is that I've heard it's really good. but I haven't watched it because I don't like how it looks. And to be fair, it could be like Into the Spider-Verse. When I first saw the trailer for Into the Spider-Verse, I actively hated the animation style. I was like,
Same.
I hate this. It looks choppy. Ugh. And then when I watched it, I was like, freak, I'm an idiot. This is amazing. Like, maybe that's how it could be with Trigun, but I just haven't dived and dared to go into it.
Yeah, you know, and the thing is like, after watching this anime, I actually started diving into like what Cyberpunk was. Because like I like the concept of Cyberpunk. I've always has. It reminds me of like the 80s like retro looking stuff. I always like that style, like where like it's like those cars and it's like the weird sunsets and stuff. It reminds me of one of my favorite movies, which is wow, why did I just draw a blank? I drew a blank again. Oh my gosh, Demolition Man. It kind of reminds me of like Demolition Man with like with the futuristic cars and stuff like that. I like that kind of stuff.
Fun fact.
I also like
fun fact.
Total Recall.
In Cyberpunk 2077, in your apartment, if you go into the bathroom and you look in the toilet, they have the three seashells. And when I saw that, I was like, "Hey,
hey." Yeah, it's pretty funny. I love that movie so much. So like when I saw Cyberpunk come out, I was like, oh, I'm interested in this movie, in the show. I don't know. The thing is with the game though, is like, it really turns me off sometimes with a game when a game becomes, it comes out and it releases and it's bad.
Yeah,
and then they fix it and then it's good. It turns me off from it because I remember I was so excited for No Man's Sky, bought No Man's Sky, and then that happened and then No Man's Sky got fixed. I went back and tried to play it, it just still disappointed me. So, but I have not played Cyberpunk when it was bad. I just was like, I don't know. And the thing is
because you heard things. No, that's fair. That's fair. I did the same thing because I heard whenever Cyberpunk came out, like it was frying CPUs. It
was breaking computers.
It was doing like stuff like that, and I was like, screw that. I'm not. I had no interest in it to begin with, but I knew there was a lot of hype around it. And then like, go on.
Well, it also came out around like one of the other times where like there was another game that was bricking consoles, and it was Anthem. The Anthem game just came out too, and Anthem was bricking PlayStation 4s and 5s. Like it was just like bricking both of those. I think it was PlayStation 4, or it could have been 5. I don't remember. But it was bricking those consoles. And then when Cyberpunk had that problem too, like I just stay away from games like that were new top-end games because like I don't want to brick anything. I just made a computer.
And so I've to be fair, I've kind of became that way a lot with games now, where if it's a super like AAA tile game, I will buy it and try it. But if it is not optimized good, I will stop playing it. Like, I'm a big fan of Monster Hunter. I stopped playing Monster Hunter Wilds because it is not optimized good. And anytime I played it, I was getting weird lag. I had all my settings turned down, even though my rig was supposedly supposed to be able to play it at like good settings. And it just made me feel like, you know what? I'll wait. I think I've gotten to the point with like Monster Hunter games. I prefer the mobile the mobile people. Because like every game they come out with like the main line and then the mobile port. And the mobile ports are just always better, in my opinion. You get more monsters, you get more play, you get more like of the classical style. They don't try to make everything look boom, boom, in your face, spectacular. It's just the game I love. And so I just do that. Yeah. Cyberpunk. I'm glad I waited to buy it and play it like I did. And I'm glad I watched now versus later, because I think if I will watch this when it first came out and picked up Cyberpunk, and if Cyberpunk was kind of glitchy, it would turn me off and I would never play again. Because I waited so long, it's like 2.3. I got to enjoy the show, love the atmosphere, go into the game, see the atmosphere reproduced almost in a like a one-to-one fashion. Like I very much feel like if you enjoy the atmosphere of the show, you will very much enjoy the atmosphere of the game. And I think that there's a couple things that are a little different that don't make it as good. But yeah, like it's good. And now, like, after seeing the show and like all the things, I know that there are references to the show in the game. Like one of the perks is like it's the picture of David with like his jacket on where it says like ER, like Edge Runner, and he's like face away. Like that's one of the things, and he's like part of the like cyber tree. So like if you try to do like a bunch of cyber implants, that's where he comes into play. And I was like, okay. And then like the locations that they showed, like the big plaza where the big gunfight happens in the end, that's in the game. So I'm like, I'm going to go visit there and see if there's NPCs or someone there who talks about this event, or if this show happens after. Like, I just don't know. I think what's funny the most about it, and you were talking about the game, which I do feel that this show was created to get people to play the game, and to tell like another story, because the beautiful thing about Cyberpunk is it's like a tabletop RPG. You have the world built. There's so many different stories you could tell in this world that could be a own series on itself. And it's the same thing with like Vampire the Masquerade as well, you know? Like, I feel like if there was a good Vampire the Masquerade TV series, people would fall in love with the series, like the lore of the world. The issue is getting it produced, getting it paid, like all that stuff. I think once it's out, it's good. Edge Runner shows that there's great possibilities with that. What's funny enough, Austin, is this October, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 officially comes out, or at least they say it's going to come out, because they've been saying it's going to come out for the last like 14 years. But they are now officially trying to push it out now, it seems, because they're doing like all this stuff. And Austin, do you know anything about the game?
Cyberpunk or VTM? Cyberpunk. So all I know, what I know about the game is Keanu Reeves.
That's fair. That's all I knew about the game too.
I've seen the memes forever where it was just like, "Wake up, samurai! You pissed yourself."
Yeah.
You know,
The funny thing is like when I was playing the game, I'm like, I thought the main character was Keanu Reeves. I guess I'm not. I just make a character. So basically, what happens in the game, Austin, this happens very early on, is there's an operation, it goes botched, and you put this chip into your brain, and your character gets killed. And the chip starts activating to rewrite your brain to be Keanu Reeves' character, which is named Silverhand. However, the chip also self-starts you again, so you come back to life, and the Silverhand is also like trying to rewrite your memory, because this chip, what it does, it's supposed to be implanted in a dead body, and then it transfers his consciousness onto the next person. And it's like this like relic is what they call it, that is super experimental. It's supposed to be like the next step to like immortality almost. However, because you got killed but then got resurrected effectively and it activated, it's like you're like sharing a body with him. And so anytime you see him in the game, he's not actually there. He's just like being cyberly like projected from your own consciousness. And he's just kind of like following you around, like talking about stuff. But there's a clicking time, because every second of the day, the cyber thing is slowly rewriting your brain and replacing it with him. And so you have a ticking time clock to find a way to separate you two, or else he will completely consume you. And he's not like hostile about it. Like, he's like, I'm sorry, like, it's the chip. What can you do? Also, do you know who Keanu Reeves is in the game at all? Like, do you know who Silverhand is? He's a freaking bioterrorist, dude. That's the funniest thing that I find. You find out that in 2023, he planted a nuclear bomb on top of a corporation building and blew up and murdered a bunch of people because he was a hard rocker who was like, F the corporations. And he's like, I'm going to die for my thing. So he takes the nuke in there and just blows it all up. And it's like, what the freak?
Oh, okay. So that now I understand those memes now. I've seen on Reddit with, Cyberpunk when they made the reference. So about like a year or two ago, Amazon bought this huge pharmacy company.
Yeah.
And Amazon started this whole thing with like Amazon Pharmacy, Amazon Medical and stuff. And they were like, Amazon's going to have everything now. And then I saw like, you know, like pictures of Keanu Reeves as Silverhand. And he's like, oh, really?
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, I don't understand this concept. Now I do, because it's the same. Okay.
He is like a legendary bioterrorist because he plants a nuclear bomb inside the biggest,
man, cool.
which is funny. Yeah. The building he destroys in the in the game is the Arasaka building, right? That's one of the big corporations. In the show, he's part of the Arasaka Academy. Like Arasaka is this big military tech, like bioceutical tech thing. And so he blows it up. And then when he starts coming back, like being resurrected, and he sees the world hasn't really changed, he's like, it's ever bullcrap. Like, we need to kill the corporations. Let's go kill someone more. Like, and so like in the process of you talking with people and they know that Johnny's slowly taking over your brain, they're like, let's be honest here, man. At some point you have to start wondering if you're making decisions or if Johnny is slowly replacing your thoughts. And so like as you play, like certain decisions start seeming more valuable. Like Johnny seems more rational, and it's like, yeah, you're right. These corporations are murdering everyone. We should destroy them. And then in the beginning, you're just like, I only take care of myself. And then at that point, you're just like, yeah, let's freaking burn it down, burn to the ground, Chucky. And so it's really fun. And the whole reason why I brought all that up, Austin, is Vampire Bloodlines is coming out. Bloodlines 2 is coming out in October. It has been in development hell for so long. People are afraid it's going to be just like Bloodlines 1, which Bloodline 1's people love. It's a freaking horribly buggy game. You can play the first act okay. After Act 1, you have basically like a 50 to 40% chance to brick your game at any moment. To the point where the original developers of the game created a patch to fix all the issues years after the game was released, because they no longer had the funding or like the permission to work on it. So they basically did like a fan patch to fix the game, but it was done by the original people, if I understand correctly. So in order to play Bloodlines, you have to get the unofficial patch to fix everything. And people love that game. If Bloodlines 2 comes out and it's super buggy, we're going to have another Cyberpunk 2077 on our hands, where a game that people were hyped for comes out and it's absolute trashy, like bugginess. Trash. And you know what's funny to me? In Vampire Bloodlines 2, they have released and shown that you're playing a character who has either diabbed or is diabbed by another kindred. And whenever someone is diablerized, that person's soul, you drink their soul, like you consume their soul. But there is a strong certain amount of time where that person's mind and your mind is like melding together. And it's like you're sharing the same body. And when that happens, there's a 50-50 chance, depending on who's stronger, that the person who got diablerized will take over the host, or the person who wins will slowly consume the other person. So you have, in Bloodlines 2, to my understanding, after playing Cyberpunk, a Johnny Silverhand situation, where you're playing a character who has this really old character in their brain, and it's slowly killing you, or slowly you're killing them, and it's like a fight between the two. And so I just find it really funny that those two parallels are a thing, and I just really wanted to say that. I've been like pointing that out to people after playing Cyberpunk.
Okay, after you started talking about this, I'm going to tell you this. So I just recently finished a book, and this book is called Toothsucker. Okay?
Toothsucker.
Okay, you ready for? I'm just going to read the synopsis right here.
Go ahead.
This is funny. Okay. In a cyberpunk future, an alarming disease strikes, dissolving the bones of those with cybernetic enhancements. Pia, a refuge, sells himself to a company experimenting with potential cure, and instead finds himself with a strange new implant and a vampiric hunger for teeth. It's a cyberpunk vampire novel, and
here's the thing.
it is phenomenal.
I'm very positive that there is like the tabletop did a crossover with Cyberpunk, where it's like World of Darkness Cyberpunk. So what you just described there is probably being played on some kids or some person's tabletop somewhere, where it's like it's vampire.
So this guy,
but with Cyberpunk.
So it also says Peter also went on a short trial with easy money, and now he's on the mercy of a company hell-bent on market control, even if it means turning him into his own personal pharmaceutical assassin. They're out for political power. Peter is out to escape and teeth. So he's like he's really addicted to teeth.
Yeah.
Like for some odd reason, but he's a vampire. I saw this on TikTok, and someone was like, if you like this, you will love this. And one was like, if you like vampire and cyberpunk, you'll like this. And I was like, huh. What? No, they said if you like edge runners and you like vampire, any vampire novel, you'll like this. So I read it and I was like, I gotta give this to my brother. So, but I don't know. But the thing is, they don't have an audiobook yet of it. It just came out like recently, actually. I think it was like a couple months ago. But this guy's like a really like a brand new author. But I'm pretty sure like he's new to it. But when you started talking about that, I was like, oh man, that's so weird. But I just got done with Tooth Sucker.
That's so weird. That's basically what just happened.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
So yeah, I'm ecstatic that you like this. This anime is like, it is not for the faint heart. Like I will say that it is graphic. It is, you know, it kind of reminds me of like, I don't know. Man, the violence in this show, in this anime is really well done. I like the taste of the violence that they do. We had some all-star like cast, like Carlos Esposito in this show. Yeah. You know,
which was funny, you know, that the second the second he opened his mouth, I was instantly like, "Up, there's Carlos."
Yeah,
love that, man.
So, yeah, so we're gonna see what season 2. I don't know if season 2 is like
they have to continue Lucy's story, because they did not explain anything about Lucy.
Well, see, so I'm thinking that this was before Cyberpunk the game, and then Cyberpunk the game, and then season 2 is going to be after Cyberpunk the game.
That could be fine, but I'm still feel like they're going to follow Lucy's story.
Yeah,
because like
I think this is Lucy's story. Like the anime's Lucy's story, and the game is his kind of story. I think. I don't know.
Well,
maybe. We'll see. I don't know, but I haven't played the game, so I don't know. Maybe that's something I should put on my wish list and go from there.
Honestly, I say do it. You like Grand Theft Auto games. It's gave me very strong Grand Theft Auto vibes with just the freedom that you had. But if I would compare it to like, if I would combine the games, what I basically would call it is,
The game is $60 right now.
Oh no, get it on sale.
So.
I got it on sale for like $14. Also, you just got me a little bit. But the game is like Grand Theft Auto level of open worldness, combined with, I'm going to say, I don't want to say Baldur's Gate, kind of like Baldur's Gate / what's that game? Like Dragon Age kind of deal thing, because there's a lot of customization you can do in the game. You basically have like your body, which can be cybernetically implanted with a bunch of things that like do a bunch of different stuff. There's a bunch of different weapons you can have. There's a bunch of different melee weapons you can have, and you have 6 attributes, which are like reflex, body, cool, blah blah blah, and each one like buffs something else. Like body buffs your health and your like physical damage punching, or like using a shotgun, or like using a hammer. Reflexes is like how like you dodge stuff by moving. You also do more damage with swords, or you do more damage with pistols, and it's like all that stuff. So you can like play the game and have that. But what's also really cool about the game is that when you begin the game, you have to select an origin, and you can either be a nomad, a street kid, or a corpo. And so like your story begins differently for each 3, and so there's a little bit of replay for each. And then apparently, haven't got there yet, the ending, there's like 6 different endings you can have. And depending on how you play and what you do, completely changes the possibilities of how they end. And so I'm like, that's cool. That's the level of like customization I like in games, where there's a different beginning, a different end, and a different way to build is all I care for, like open world games. So highly recommend it, Austin. I've been enjoying the crud out of it. Maybe once it's on sale, it'll magically appear in your Steam at some point. Who knows? But yeah, no, awesome. I'm glad you made me watch this, because I'm enjoying that. I'm enjoying the Cyberpunk the game. Also, Austin, they do a lot of crossover stuff. Guess what they did crossovers with in Cyberpunk? Something we were big fans of. Well, we're still big fans of.
Multipass.
No.
Well,
no, I'm sure they probably
did that. Yeah.
But
because that's kind of Fifth Element.
Yeah, for sure.
Was it Rush Hour?
No, you're not going to think about it. You're not going to catch it. Though there are a bunch of movie references in the game. Like there are a bunch of movie references. You give up? You want to know what it was? Freaking Balatro.
Oh yeah, I've seen videos
a Balatro
of that.
crossover, and like I'm just sitting there playing the game, and suddenly I get a message, and it's just like, you gotta collect the Jokers, you gotta collect them. I'm like, what the freak is this? Screw off. They're like, wait, no, please, I'm sorry, come back. I was like, what the freak? And they showed a picture of like a Joker stamped, and what you have to do, you have to go around and collect the different Jokers that are like scanned up onto places. And I saw one and I instantly went, that's Balatro. Did they do, and I like searched up like Cyberpunk Balatro, and it's like, yeah, in 2.2 they did a crossover with Balatro, and I was like, that's awesome. I didn't know this game was even getting updates at that point. I thought this game stopped getting updates years ago, but no, it keeps going. That's awesome. They also have famous YouTubers too. I saved Jesse Cox. If you know who Jesse Cox is?
No.
You probably would if you saw him. He was on Tabletop and like other things. I enjoy the crap. The guy's super fun. He plays Final Fantasy 14. I very much enjoy his Final Fantasy 14 content. But in the game, you find him and his junk is about to explode because some bad decisions he made. And so you had to make the decision. Say no and let him walk off and blow up, or drive him to a doctor. And if you drive him to a doctor, you save him. And I was like, I got you, Jesse. Get in the car. Let's go. So there's a lot of that. And the more I play, the more I'm wondering like what other references to things I'm seeing and having.
Yeah, because I was going to say the other actor that I know in Cyberpunk is Idris Elba is in it. I've seen like video. Have you ever watched... I'm trying to think what you would know him from. He's pretty popular. I'm trying to think. He was in Suicide Squad, like the newest James Gunn one. He was the guy that played Deadshot.
Okay.
He's also in a bunch of other stuff, but his main roles have been The Wire. Yeah, Idris Elba is in Cyberpunk supposedly. So I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I like Idris Elba. So,
I'm looking now. Now you have me looking up the behind the voices, because I only know of what's his face, Keanu Reeves, but yeah, now I'm like, well, now I gotta look through all these different people, see if I recognize any of them. What's funny? What's funny is yeah, I'm not seeing anyone that I know other than him, but that doesn't mean that I don't know them.
He plays a character called Solomon Reed. It's in the expansion.
Reed. Oh, that's okay. That's
Phantom Liberty.
Yeah. No, that's a whole different thing that you do after you beat the game. So that wouldn't be in the base version, which is fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. Holy freak! You kidding me? Wait, hold on. I think Elon Musk's ex-girlfriend is in this game. Wasn't her name
That
like
would be
Grimes
fun.
or something like that?
I think so.
Yeah. I'm now like wait, hold up.
He's deep diving.
I'm deep diving. I'm like, shh, I'm in. I mean, it could be her. I think it is her.
Wait, is that the girl from the show? She got popular because of The Voice. That's what it was. She did like these weird, like, I remember like hearing about her, but she did like these weird, like, designs on her clothing and stuff. Like she was like 3D animated or whatever.
That's probably it.
Yeah, I think it was on
this
The
is her.
Voice or something like that.
Yeah.
Or no, it was
cool. Because she plays like an AI voice in the game apparently. So
yeah,
it's like,
she's on this.
Makes sense.
I've seen her. I've seen like TikToks of it where it was like, oh, it was called Alter Ego. Where she's a singer, but I don't know where she's from. But I know that I've seen like clips with like one of the Black Eyed Peas, Jennifer Lopez, and Billie Eilish actually are like the judges of this panel, where like they do this like CGI type thing. I don't know, it's weird. You should look up Alter Ego, like the show, and it is super weird. And I think that she might actually be a judge. I think she's a judge with like whatever, but I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't remember, but I remember it was like this weird thing, and I was like, oh. And someone brought that up that she was like Cyberpunk, and I was like, oh, cool.
Okay. No, definitely.
It is weird. It's like Hasuna Miku for like the American version.
Yeah, basically. Okay. I guess one thing to also note is
it is her. It's her. It's Grimes.
It's her. Okay.
Yeah. Grimes looks like Eilish because it's Nick Lachey, will.i.am, and there's like 3 other people I don't know. I don't know these other people. Yeah.
Okay. I think the last thing I want to say about Cyberpunk Edge Runner is
get off base.
No, you're good. You're good. I thought it was, but I never confirmed it. But Matt Mercer was in it. He was Falco. He was the cowboy dude who was like the driver for them. I was like, he sounds familiar, but I didn't look into it. So there's that. All right, Austin. I think that basically covers it. We've been going for a bit talking about it because we had a long time since we got to do an episode, so we do all that stuff. All right, Austin. Well, next week
Chef.
We're going to be continuing and watching the new season of The Bear. Season 4 just came out.
Chef.
Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
So that should be fun.
So when I come out tomorrow, I have to show you Always Sunny in Philadelphia did a bear episode last week, and it is amazing, and I want you to see it. Like it is hilarious.
Okay.
So, or no, it was the week before. It was the week before they did it. But oh my gosh, dude, I was rolling around laughing of that. Yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait for you to watch it. You're gonna be like, what the heck is this?
We have internet at our house now. We just have to hook the TV up to it, and then like we have all of our stuff on the TV and everything. So
there you go.
All right, awesome. Well, I want to thank you so much for joining me on this episode, and I want to thank you all so much for stopping by. Until then, see you next time. Bye bye.